You've seen this logo your entire life, but you've probably never noticed how it changed. It starts with Veterinera Pride, Colgate's ribbon dental cream, spelled out in bold red capitals inside a rectangular banner, evoking the actual ribbon of paste squeezed from the tube. The design feels honest, practical, and reassuring, a promise of cleanliness and care, from a brand born in 1806 as a small soap and candle maker in New York, now delivering oral health to millions. As the brand grows into a household name, the logo sharpens its focus. The ribbon shape fades, replaced by a clean, strong Colgate, in red block letters, sometimes uppercase, sometimes with a gentle lowercase curve for friendliness. The red stays vivid and commanding, symbolizing energy, health, and the bright confidence of a fresh smile. The wordmark stands alone, or with dental cream below in smaller type, radiating reliability and everyday excellence. Through every refinement, the essence never wavers. The red deepens for modern vibrancy. The letters gain subtle weight for strength on packaging and screens, and a small, quietly affirms quality. The design sheds every unnecessary flourish, keeping only what matters. A straightforward, instantly recognizable name that says, "Trust us with your smile." Today's Colgate logo is masterful simplicity, bold red Colgate in clean, confident typography, often accented by a subtle upward smile curve beneath the final E. It communicates warmth, strength, and quiet assurance, versatile on tubes, boxes, or digital ads, instantly telling every user this is the brand that's protected smiles for generations with science, care, and consistency. Quickly, if you enjoy logo breakdowns like this, hit subscribe on the brand's storyline for more stories behind the brands we love. The current Colgate logo proves that the strongest identities stay true to their purpose. Keep the red, keep the name, keep the trust, and the world keeps smiling brighter. Thanks for watching. What if a toothpaste logo could promise protection with just one word? The story of Crest begins with a breakthrough. Backed by science and developed to fight cavities, Crest entered the market not just as another toothpaste but as a trusted solution. And from the start, its identity reflects that confidence. The earliest logo is bold and straightforward. Strong lettering, simple colors, red and blue. It feels authoritative, almost clinical, signaling reliability and medical backing. This wasn't about style, it was about trust. As the brand grows, the design begins to soften. The typography becomes smoother, slightly italicized, introducing a sense of motion. It starts to feel less like a prescription and more like a daily essential. The red and blue remain, reinforcing protection and freshness, but now with a friendlier tone. Then comes refinement. The letters gain subtle gradients and depth. The logo feels more dynamic, almost like it's moving forward. It reflects a brand evolving with consumers still rooted in science, but now focused on experience, confidence, and everyday use. Quickly, if you enjoy logo breakdowns like this, subscribe to the brand's storyline for more. As time goes on, light becomes a key element. Spark-like highlights and glowing effects appear around the wordmark. It's a visual cue for cleanliness, for that polished, just brushed feeling. The logo isn't just telling you it works, it's showing you the result. In its current form, everything is cleaner and more refined. The typography is confident yet approachable. The colors are vibrant and the subtle shine remains. It communicates protection, freshness, and a sense of carol in a single glance. And that's the power of Crest. It took a scientific promise and translated it into a visual identity that feels both strong and reassuring. From clinical beginnings to a modern, polished look, the logo evolved alongside the brand's mission to make oral care simple, effective, and trusted. Because sometimes the strongest brands don't need complexity, just clarity. This is the brand's storyline. What if a toothpaste logo could show you how it works before you even read the box? The story of Aquafresh begins with a bold idea. Make oral care simple, visual, and instantly understandable. And you can see that ambition right from its earliest logo. In the beginning, the design feels heavy and textured, almost clinical. It leans into trust and reliability, like a product you'd find in a pharmacist's cabinet. But it doesn't stay there for long. Very quickly, the brand starts softening, introducing smoother lettering and cleaner forms, shifting from medical to modern everyday care. Then comes the turning point: color and motion. The logo begins to breathe. Subtle curves appear beneath the name, hinting at something more dynamic. This is where Aquafresh starts building its identity, not just as toothpaste, but as a system of protection. And then, the signature arrives. The red, white, and blue wave. It's simple, but powerful. 3 colors flowing together, representing triple protection: clean teeth, healthy gums, and fresh breath. The wave adds movement, energy, and clarity. You don't need to read a slogan. The logo already told you. Quickly, if you enjoy logo breakdowns like this, subscribe for more. As the logo evolves, the typography becomes sleeker, more confident. The wave grows more fluid, more expressive. It's no longer just a symbol. It feels like motion, like brushing itself. There's a sense of freshness, of flow, of consistency. In its current form, the logo does less, but communicates more. Clean type, a bold, sweeping wave, nothing unnecessary. It feels global, recognizable, and timeless. And that's the genius of Aquafresh. It took a complex promise, complete oral care, and turned it into one simple visual you can recognize in seconds. Sometimes, the best logos don't just represent a product. They explain it. If you want to see more stories behind the world's most iconic brands, stay tuned. What if a toothpaste logo could make you feel the smile before you even brush? The story of Pepsodent begins in an era when oral care was just becoming part of everyday life. Early on, the brand positioned itself as a scientific solution, something modern, almost revolutionary, and you can see that in its first logo. The earliest design feels technical and structured. The lettering is tight, almost engineered, with small details and marks that resemble patents and formulations. It reflects a time when trust came from science and proof. This wasn't about emotion, yet it was about effectiveness. As the brand grows, the logo begins to loosen. The typography becomes softer, more fluid, and easier to read. The rigid clinical feel fades, replaced by something more approachable. Pepsodent is no longer just a product, it's becoming part of daily routines. Then comes a shift toward confidence. Bold blue lettering takes over, clean and modern. The name stands strong on its own, without extra decoration. It communicates reliability, freshness, and consistency, qualities that matter in a product people use every day. Quickly, if you enjoy logo breakdowns like this, subscribe to the brand storyline for more. As the identity evolves further, subtle styling is added: slight gradients, sharper angles, a hint of motion. The logo feels more dynamic, reflecting a brand that's keeping up with changing consumer expectations while staying rooted in trust. And then, the defining touch appears. A simple red curve beneath the name. It's unmistakable: a smile, clean, minimal, and instantly human. It transforms the logo from something functional into something emotional. It's no longer just about clean teeth. It's about confidence, expression, and how you feel after using it. Today, the logo is simple, balanced, and clear. Strong blue typography paired with that red smile. Nothing excessive, nothing confusing, just a direct message of freshness and positivity. And that's the beauty of Pepsodent. From clinical beginnings to a brand built around everyday confidence, its logo evolved by doing one thing incredibly well: connecting function with feeling. Because sometimes, the most powerful design is the one that smiles back at you. This is the brand storyline. What if a toothpaste logo could feel your pain before you even use it? The story of Sensodyne begins with a very specific mission: help people living with sensitive teeth. And from the very start, that purpose shapes its identity. The earliest logo is stripped back and clinical. Plain black text, no decoration. It feels deliberate, almost like a pharmaceutical label. This wasn't about flair, it was about trust. Sensodyne positioned itself not just as toothpaste, but as a solution. As the brand grows, the typography softens. Blue replaces black, introducing a sense of calm and reassurance. The letters become smoother, more approachable, less like medicine, more like daily care. But the real shift comes when a subtle symbol appears behind the name. A circular wave pattern. It's quiet, but meaningful. Those repeating arcs resemble nerve signals or pulses, an abstract way of visualizing sensitivity. The logo is no longer just a name. It's starting to explain the problem it solves. Quickly, if you enjoy logo breakdowns like this, subscribe for more. Over time, that circular motif becomes more refined, then gradually fades. And in its place, something more confident emerges. A flowing upward curve beside the wordmark. It feels like relief. The typography becomes bold, clean, and modern. The gradient blues suggest depth and care, while the curve introduces motion, almost like a gentle release from discomfort. It's subtle, but emotionally clear. In its current form, the logo communicates exactly what the brand stands for: protection.com and progress. No clutter, no confusion, just a smooth, reassuring identity that reflects its purpose. And that's the power of It took something invisible, sensitivity, and turned it into a visual language you can instantly understand. Because sometimes, the best design doesn't just look good. It feels right. For more stories behind the world's most thoughtful brand designs, stay tuned.